Talk to you after we hear it.
This president, I think, has exposed himself as a guy over and over and over again who has a deep-seated hatred for white people or the white culture. I don't know what it is. This guy is, I believe, a racist.
Question. After that, do you have any credibility talking about reclaiming the civil rights movement?
Okay. Let me go over this again on the reclaiming the civil rights movement. People of faith that believe that you have an equal right to justice. That is the essence, and if it's not the essence, then we've been sold a pack of lies. The essence is everyone deserves a shot. The content of character, not the color of skin. Now, when I've addressed this comment a million times, and in fact, I think I amended it this week, that what I didn't understand at the time was the influences on President Obama. And, you know, the white culture, read his own books. He writes about the white culture and how he struggled with it, et cetera, et cetera. But I didn't understand really his theology. His viewpoints come from liberation theology. That's what I think, at the gut level, I was sensing, and I miscast it as racism. And really, what it is liberation theology. Do you?
I know you've said it, but I mean, do you? And in this context, in this forum, do you regret having called him a racist and saying he had a deep-seated hatred for white people?
Of course I do. I don't want to retract the. I want to amend that. I think it is much more of a theological question, that he is a guy who understands the world through liberation theology, which is oppressor and victim. Racist was, first of all, it shouldn't have been said. It was poorly said. It was. I have a big fat mouth sometimes, and I say things, and that's just not the way people should behave. And it was not accurate. It is liberation theology that has shaped his worldview.
Let me ask you directly about that, because, you know, the central message, I'm telling you what the central message of your event was, but the central message was that we need to return to God. We need to get straight with God individually, and that's going to help us as a nation. You said recently that the reason that a growing number of Americans don't think President Obama is a Christian is because they don't recognize the faith that he's practicing, and in fact, you even called it a perversion of the gospel of Jesus Christ. And you know I respect you, and I say this affectionately, but who made you the God Squad?
Oh, nobody made me the God Squad. The Pope even said, this is Pope Benedict, that it is demonic, not divine, when theology crosses into the line of doing that which only the divine can do. He was speaking specifically about liberation theology. If you want to ask anybody in the Catholic Church, they witnessed it. It's Marxism disguised as religion, and it happened in South America. And the Catholic Church has a very long history with it. They understand it unlike most religions. And I'm not judging him for that. I'd love to have an open conversation about collective salvation. Chris, I don't know what you know or what you believe, but most Christians, when you say I'm a Christian, and look, I'm a Mormon, and most Christians don't recognize me as a Christian, so who am I to say? I'm not judging. I'm saying most Christians would look at collective salvation, which is my salvation, my redemption, is incumbent on what